What started the Great Hinckley Fire of 1894? To set the scene, there was only 2 inches of rain from May until September in the year 1894, so you have a very large drought. Second of all, you have 24 years of logging debris on the ground. There's your fuel pack. 2 fires started that day. One came from the southwest. The ignition point for that, about 12 miles southwest of Hinckley, was on the railroad tracks. So we believe that was sparks from a train. The second fire came from due south of Hinckley, again about 12 miles, at a place called Brown's Hill. A man lit some logging debris on a very still and quiet day. The wind picked up, and that fire got away from him. Those 2 fires came together, they met south of Hinckley, and formed the firewall. September 1, 1894, if you stepped out of the door and looked to the south, the firewall coming at you at 4 in the afternoon, the flame wall was 4.5 miles high, 23,000 feet of flame. People in Mason City, Iowa that day looked and they could see a red glow on the horizon to the north. They thought, gee, there's a fire north of town. And there was, 215 miles north of town. It's a very unusual fire called a fire storm. You hear the word storm inside of it? The fire became powerful enough to make its own weather. Inside the firewall, tornadoes of fire formed. It was these tornadic actions that made this fire get so tall. It also made it go very fast on the ground. The last firestorm like Hinckley was Hiroshima, Japan, the atom bomb, August 6, 1945. There was also a firestorm in Dresden, Germany in February of 1945. But none since then. Here's a comparison. The Boundary Waters fire in 2011, the Pagami Creek fire. That fire burned 93,000 acres and it took 9 weeks. That's a wildfire. Now the Great Hinckley Fire is a firestorm. 307,000 acres. But it didn't take 9 weeks, it took 4 hours. In 4 hours, 480 square miles of Minnesota were gone. 6 towns were burned to the ground, portions of 4 counties. It gives you an idea of the power and scope of the Great Hinckley Fire.